seems to be going pretty well. The Cavs have won back-to-back games with their revamped roster. All right, Greg. DeAndre had a career-high 30 points in Boston last night. Will the Cavs regret not going all in on DeAndre?
I would say yeah.
He getting ejected.
I'm looking right here, and DeAndre's plus minus last night was 12. So the Cavs might have missed their opportunity right there.
Touche. That's
no,
okay.
Exactly. No, I don't think they'll regret this. I don't think they'll regret it. DeAndre he's an awesome talent. Mm-hmm. But when I look at LeBron James, and it always starts and goes back to LeBron James and what he plays best with and what best suits his game, it's not DeAndre Jordan. When you look at what LeBron likes to do, he likes to get to the cup, to the goal, and distribute. DeAndre Jordan, he's not a shooter. So he's going to clutter the paint. He's not going to extend the defender away from LeBron to create that lane space that he needs. And that's why I don't think it would be a great fit. Would it be entertaining? Absolutely. Who knows? DeAndre, if I'm not mistaken, he has a player option. You never know. With the pieces that they have, they could potentially add a DeAndre Jordan after this season. And with the draft pick that they have, a Trae Young. We never know what's in the making for next season.
You a GM or former football player?
I think he's a dreamer.
You know, I'm a dreamer. I'm a GM. I'm a former football. I'm whatever you need to be. But when it comes to the Cleveland Cavaliers, what they have assembled, it best suits them right now. You look at DeAndre Jordan. Is he great? Absolutely. But again, pairing him with LeBron James and his style of play, he's not a shooter. He can't get beyond the three-point line and knock something down. There are other options out there that would best suit LeBron James.
Greg, what NBA are you watching? Because I'm going to tell you, you're not going to win in the NBA with role players. This is a star-driven league. Okay, so let's do this. In June, when the games are big or whatever, let me see. Is DeAndre Jordan going to have 30 and 13, or will that be Larry Nance Jr.? It ain't going to be no Larry Nance.
I was just about to say, how many times did he have those numbers?
He still had it. And my point is still that it's about stars. LeBron knows this. When he had role players back in 2007 and 2008, he got rolled by the Spurs in a 4-game sweep. So if you want to win with Boobie Gibson and Larry Hughes, that's what he just traded for those kind of guys.
They beat your great Detroit
That's all right.
Pistons
We're not talking about the Pistons right now. But if you do want to talk about a team that did win without a superstar, that was the Pistons in 2004. They didn't have a legitimate big-time star, and they still won. But that was 2004. LeBron is the guy who started it. We're making sure that you had 2 or 3 big-time stars, and this is what the NBA we're in now. That's why I'm not so high, even though I understand what you're saying about how different the Cavaliers are, but that's not the formula to win in this league anymore. And if you don't have those stars come June, you're not going to win. That's the guy, Jordan, that they needed. LeBron did need him. Rim protector, rebounder. He could score in the paint. I get all the other things, adding shooters. You have Kevin Love. You have Corver. They had other players. J.R. Smith. They had to play better.
When have
Jordan would have been
played
the guy
with a center?
No, but a guy like him is better than the role players that they picked up.
Look, if you could give me DeAndre Jordan, Rodney Hood, and George Hill, I might take that trio
What you mean you
over
might?
the foursome they got. Might, because Larry Nance Jr. and Clarkson, those are important guys.
Who would fear those guys
do.
come postseason time?
But look, if the question is, are the Cavs better with the 4 they got or DeAndre Jordan, there is no question they're better off with the 4 they got. DeAndre Jordan by themselves was not going to fix their three-point defense. Because, yeah, he's a rim protector, and they need a rim protector. I'm with you. That absolutely is a need. I wish Dallas would buy out Nerlens Noel and the Cavs could get him. But their biggest need was perimeter defense. And even with Jordan at the rim, you could have said, Kyle, you can gamble. You can get up on your man as much as you want. Channing, you can get up on your man as much as you want. They just didn't have the speed and the athleticism to guard the three-point line. And now you have that, not to mention better shooting. You need scoring now. You can be a defense. You have to have a good defense or solid defense, but you also need scoring to win a championship nowadays. And just adding DeAndre would not have given them scoring. So I think, look, as much as I like DeAndre, they are clearly better off with the 4 they got. And you act like they don't have another star. Kevin Love's a legitimate star. I mean, he is. 3, 4, 5-time All-Star, whatever he is, 20 points, 10 rebounds a game. You have the superstar in LeBron, the star in Love.
Yeah, but they had Kyrie, who's a big star that they don't have anymore.
But you're going to have to make up for Kyrie's loss with all those committees. By committee.
Exactly.
And defensively, they can be better. They can be.
Look at Kyrie's numbers against the Warriors. They're off the charts. Will you admit that?
He was awesome.
Off the charts.
How many times did they beat the Warriors?
No, but they beat them. The one time they beat them, Kyrie was a big part of why they beat them.
But how many times did they beat them?
I'm just saying.
Just the one time.
That one time was great. No team in the history of the NBA had ever come back from a 3-1.
Look at LeBron numbers against the Warriors. You act like he was a slouch.
Kyrie was driving the bus. LeBron was out back. He was in the back.
LeBron had, a triple-double, 41 points.
Right.
Like, come on.
He wouldn't have won
without Kyrie. You can't take anything away from
Who knocked
Kyrie.
down the big shot to win that
how many
series?
stars do you need? I think if you have the right two, and look, Kevin Love isn't the greatest second star, but you got the best player in the world, you got another perennial all-star, and then you have a nice cast of role players around him. That's all Houston has. Houston has 2 stars and a group of role players. Dallas beat Miami's big 3 with 1 star.
But that's why they won't beat the Warriors.
Now you
exactly what
Houston,
you're talking about.
So now it's mandatory to have.
Talking about.
Now it's mandatory to at least have 3 stars.
LeBron started it.
No. LeBron didn't start it.
He did start it.
From a player perspective, he started. Boston was
those
a
were
big
trades.
Yeah, I agree. From a player perspective,
standpoint,
and it has come back to bite him.
Right, because that's what Kevin Durant did.
And Golden State won up to him. Okay, that's how we doing it. Deal with this.
I get it. You're all about flash style points.
It's the NBA stars.
You talking up DeAndre like
he gonna give you 20 a game.
Exactly.
I mean,
Hold
that's
on.
not who he is.
He's all about flash?
Yeah, I mean, you saw what
That's the second time she is killing me, Ollie, man.
But DeAndre Jordan would not put them over the top. Now, if you can add, to your point, of course, if you can have a Rodney Hood and George Hill and you add DeAndre Jordan, you get some length, you get some perimeter defenders, and you have a rim protector, maybe, yes.
Kill me with the Hood and the Hill.
Look, if they would
really, that's why they're going to win the championship?
Absolutely.
If DeAndre Jordan,
because of LeBron James.
All they added was DeAndre Jordan.
Well, but that might not have been.
You would be sitting here saying that
you gave me the wrong address, man.
I
did no such thing. You won championships across the
admitting that they were better.
I would say if you have Kevin Love, and maybe they would have added one more player. Just say that if they added Hill and DeAndre Jordan. I would like that way better than the other 3. Now tell me that's not a better team.
I'm not sure. I mean, that's not bad. Your defense certainly improves. But, it might be tough to play DeAndre Jordan and Kevin Love together when Golden State goes small or Houston spreads out the floor.
Thank you. If Golden State goes small, where does that leave DeAndre? Guarding who?
I don't know.
Exactly.
He wants to get away from this conversation.
I'm asking because you want a guy that is a rim protector.
All he knows is DeAndre had 30 and 13
last night, man. That was it.
And his plus minus was outstanding.
Exactly. LeBron is like thinking to himself, man, let me see, DeAndre or Jordan Clarkson.
But look at Golden State and their bigs, Zaza Pachulia and JaVale McGee. Now, look, Steven Adams was a problem for Cleveland.
Absolutely.
But not many teams have that. I mean, Golden State doesn't have that. They're really going to try to hurt you by going small. If they go big with one of those 2 centers, you don't have to worry about them eating you up. Houston, if you met them, Capella's not going to kill you like that. And Larry Nance Jr., I think, can guard Capella. So it's just a different league. You don't necessarily have to have that behemoth in the middle.
I just want you to remember all this, so when LeBron loses his 6th championship and all the LeBron fans and Chris will be on and they'll be like, What'd you expect? LeBron didn't have enough. The role players, they wilted. They didn't play well enough. That's all I'm telling you.
Nobody is. Has anybody on this desk predicted the Cavaliers will beat the Warriors?
But I'm giving you.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they have a better chance.
But I'm giving you what the excuse will be, and you'll be.
Well, let's see.
Leading the call.
If LeBron averages another triple-double or averages 33 and 9 and 7. That's why people look at the supporting cast, because it's like, how you gonna kill the dude?
But wait a minute, he did that last year. He had Kyrie, he had Kevin Love, and he still lost. So I'm just trying to tell you that stars or role players, no matter what LeBron has.
Why did they struggle? They struggled last year because they didn't have anybody else that they can throw at Kevin Durant. They didn't have the length. They just didn't have it. It wasn't so much because they didn't have the stars, but now you add a Rodney Hood, you add a Jeff Green, you add length, even Larry Nance. If he gets switched, they can switch now. So you got that athletic, active guy, those active guys that you can now rely on. Shoot, if LeBron doesn't have to spend all game expending all his energy guarding one of the baddest men on the offensive side in Kevin Durant.
Rob, you got to listen to Chris. You got to let it all play out. Maybe LeBron gets taken off the court in a wheelchair and then comes back to play. Oh, wait, that's happened before, right? That's one of your favorite moments in basketball.
This is Hollywood, man. It's about stars. Remember that. The NBA is like Hollywood.
One of your favorite moments. All right, one of my favorite moments coming up. The Seahawks seem to be coming apart at the seams. Which star might they be moving on from now? That's coming up straight ahead.
Oh, Russell, you got to go.